Buffalo Community Orchestra was born on July 9th, 1995, as several talented and dedicated musicians gathered at the home of Mary Ellen Ludston for an afternoon of food, music, fellowship, and a lot of planning. A few short months later, on November 26, 1995, under the direction of Mary Roberts Wilson, 39 local musicians graced the stage. Handel, Beethoven, Andrew Lloyd Webber, and even a little polka was played at the Buffalo Community Orchestra world premiere. Mary Roberts Wilson, in her short tenure with the orchestra and with great patience and humor, brought out the best in the musicians, many of whom were playing their instruments for the first time in several years, as well as many young musicians who were experiencing orchestral music for the first time. Now, 30 years later, membership has grown to approximately 60 members. In the spring of 1997, BCO began its search for their first paid conductor, and in September of that year welcomed John Sal to the podium. A young and talented musician, Sal brought a wealth of musical knowledge and youthful energy that was just what the BCO needed. Maestro Sal served the BCO from fall of 1997 through summer of 2001.
Congratulations on 30 years to the Buffalo Community Orchestra. I'm John Sal. I'm one of the early conductors of the BCO, and I'm honored by the invitation to bring this greeting. I want to offer not only my congratulations, but also my appreciation and my gratitude. The BCO was important in helping to form me as a young conductor. Soon after my student days, a friend told me about this opening, and it really formed for me a wonderful lifelong sense of the importance of community connections, of making music as a collaboration for professionals, for amateurs, and across a wide range of ability and interests, both in terms of the kinds of connections that happen within the community and within musical organizations as well. I'm so grateful to the BCO and those people who are dear to me even these 30 years later. 100 concerts on after having left that position, I know that I wouldn't be the same musician or conductor today without the sense of appreciation and investment that came specifically from the BCO. So congratulations, best wishes on the next 30, and know how big an impact you've had across the musical spectrum, not only for your musicians in town, for the listeners in the Buffalo area, but also for all those musicians touched by your generosity like me. Thanks.
Through its tenure, BCO has grown in members, audience support, and repertoire. From early concerts comprised of pop music and simple orchestral pieces, to performances of Beethoven's Symphony No. 5, Dvorak 8, and Dvorak 9, the orchestra continues to challenge its members musically and enhance audience appreciation of orchestral works. In the spring of 2024, the BCO took on one of their most musically and logistically difficult concerts, performing Ellis Island, The Dream of America, a multimedia experience that brought to life the story of 7 immigrants and their journey to the United States. From the first concert in the fall of 1995 through December of 2024, the Buffalo Community Orchestra has performed 130 concerts for our local community. The Buffalo Community Orchestra believes in developing and growing music in the surrounding community. In 1999, for the first time, BCO joined with Suzuki String students from Montrose, Minnesota. What started as a few students performing a pre-concert showcase in the early years grew to young students performing side by side through many BCO seasons. BCO prides itself on collaborations with vocal and instrumental musicians, community arts groups, the Buffalo High School, and Buffalo Community Theater. In December of 2000, the orchestra put on their first annual holiday concert, Holiday for Orchestra with Ringers and Singers. This concert, which displays the talent of the Wright Ringers Community Handbell Ensemble, the Wright County Chamber Chorus, and the Buffalo High School Concert Choir, has grown to one of the most popular and loved events of the concert season. We are so grateful to be a part of such an arts-rich community. We have been fortunate enough to feature talented professional musicians, feature many of our own musicians, and even welcome a typewriter soloist to the stage. Since its inception in 1995, the Buffalo Community Orchestra has welcomed 15 conductors to the podium. BCO has been fortunate to have extremely talented conductors, many of whom were working towards completion of their Doctor of Musical Arts at the University of Minnesota during their tenure. Many of these young conductors have gone on to college teaching positions and remain active music directors and conductors.
Greetings from Missouri. This is Foster Byers, and I'm very happy to wish the Buffalo Community Orchestra congratulations on your 30th anniversary. I met you about halfway through those 30 years. I think my first concert with you was in the spring of 2010. We had so many great musical experiences that I remember really well. So many extraordinary artists and wonderful people, and I was so impressed in my short time there with the community support, and it's just so wonderful to have a group of musicians where you can hear music you love with people you know. So once again, congratulations on your 30th season and many more in the future.
Greetings, friends from the Buffalo Community Orchestra. I'm Ernesto Estigarribia Musi. You may remember me as your music director from 2016 to 2019. I often said that family is those with whom you spend your Sundays, and BCO was truly my family for all those years. And for that reason, it will always hold a special place in my heart. BCO welcomed me with open arms and gave me my first opportunity to be a music director. The things I learned thanks to that chance are immeasurable. As we celebrate your 30th anniversary, I want to congratulate all of you on this remarkable milestone. I will forever cherish those years we spent making beautiful music together every week in and week out. Thank you all for the memories, for the music, for the friendships. Here's to 30 years of the Buffalo Community Orchestra and to many more years of inspiring performances.
Hisham Bravo Groover, our conductor from 2019 to 2024, brought grace, humor, and patience to a very difficult time. Hisham joined BCO in September of 2019, and after an exciting start to the concert season, had his inaugural season cut short by coronavirus. Maestro Groover and the BCO board worked diligently over the following months to find a way to bring our musicians together while keeping everyone healthy and safe. After gathering in small groups in the fall of 2020 and a virtual performance in February 2021, the BCO rehearsed with a full orchestra, outside, for the first time in over a year, and were grateful to perform our Kickoff to Buffalo Days concert in the park that June. Enjoy this greeting from Maestro Groover.
Hi everyone. In recalling the many memories that I have with the Buffalo Community Orchestra, I can think of all the different concerts that we played during my 5 years with the orchestra, the eclectic concerts from early on having the Scandinavian postcards with the Nickel Harpalag group joining us, to obviously the pandemic years period, and most recently the culminating concerts with the American Spirit and the Lincoln Portrait and Ellis Island Dream of America. So many wonderful concerts. Apart from that, without a doubt, the memory that stands out to me the most every time that I recall BCO are the people that make up the ensemble. Each individual is unique. Each individual is an incredible contributor to that orchestra and the spirit of the group. And in all my years working with different groups, I found the BCO to be fulfilling its mission in such an honest and beautiful way that really everyone and anyone can participate in this ensemble. And that's what makes it so beautiful. So now that I'm far away from Minneapolis and Buffalo, and I recall the BCO, I still think of all these people. I still think of the impact they made in my life, and I hopefully made an impact in theirs. So that's just to say, I love everyone in the orchestra, and I love the audience and the community. And I'm so thankful that it exists, because it is such a wonderful thing that should be cherished. And it will continue to be cherished because the intentions behind the group are so genuine and positive and beautiful.
In its 30 seasons, BCO members have had amazing opportunities to learn and grow as musicians through many collaborations and unique musical opportunities. Thanks to a grant from the 100 Women Who Care, BCO was fortunate to commission a piece for orchestra, handbells, and choir by Minnesota composer and conductor Stephen Amundsen. The Winds of Hope premiered in 2023 at the annual Holiday for Orchestra with Ringers and Singers. An excerpt from the conductor's program notes about this piece portrays the spirit and inspiration behind its composition. Amundsen writes, "During these difficult times of political and global turmoil, the theme of hope resonates especially well during the holidays. The Winds of Hope embraces that hopeful spirit."
Greetings. My name is Stephen Amundsen, and I've become a big fan of the Buffalo Community Orchestra and that entire organization. Some of you know that I'm a recently retired professor and orchestra conductor from St. Olaf College, and I'm currently the music director of the Metropolitan Symphony in Minneapolis. But I'm also a composer, and I've been so pleased that the BCO has programmed at least 5 of my pieces over the years. And for the BCO's big holiday concert in 2023, the orchestra commissioned me to compose a brand new work, which I called The Winds of Hope. I wrote it for the orchestra, the community choir, and the local handbell choir, and they gave a terrific performance. The main reason I'm speaking with you today is because I want to convey that all of you in Buffalo are very fortunate to have such a high caliber community orchestra. And the same goes for your choir and handbell ensemble. You must know that it is indeed very rare to find music making of this quality in a community the size of Buffalo. And you should all be very proud of this. I've been fortunate to hear firsthand the excellent quality of these ensembles, and I'm pleased to join you in celebrating the BCO's 30th anniversary. And this isn't only a fantastic milestone for the orchestra and the entire community, but I hope it will be a springboard for even more success in the future. If you've not been coming to hear the orchestra concerts, you should start now. And tell your friends about the magic of music making that's going on in your community. As you know, music is a potent force in today's often broken world, and it has the power to bring a healing presence to our lives, and it's also a force for unity and bringing people together. So I encourage you to support the BCO and all the arts, which beautifully contribute to the quality of our lives. Congratulations to all of the conductors and musicians who share their talents so well, and to all of you who've had a role in creating that shared vision to bring great music to your community over these past 30 years. Congratulations, everyone.
Buffalo Community Orchestra is a Minnesota nonprofit corporation with the Section 501 designation from the IRS. BCO is funded by corporate and private donors, contributors from member musicians, and grants from the Central Minnesota Arts Board. BCO is incredibly grateful to CMAB for their support over the past 2 decades. Since our first grant was awarded in March 2005, CMAB has awarded the BCO 67 grants totaling nearly $350,000. BCO is forever grateful for every donation, big and small, that has helped us keep the music alive for 30 seasons. So, what's in store for the next 30 years? We believe the sky's the limit. Our hope is that we can continue to grow as an organization, provide incredible musical opportunities and experiences to our musicians and our community, and never lose sight of the community and family that makes up the BCO. We hope you will join us in the journey.
My name is David Carrillo, and I am the music director of the Buffalo Community Orchestra. It is my joy, honor, and privilege to be able to join these musicians week after week in preparing music for every single concert. And I gotta tell you about the way I even got involved with this group in the first place. Back in 2016, I was 18-year-old freshman, starting my career in violin, starting my baby steps in college. And the music director back in the day was Ernesto Estigarribia, and Ernesto was very kind in inviting me to join the orchestra as a violinist in a few programs. And immediately upon arriving, it became apparent to me that this group has such amazing qualities. This group is committed to great art, committed to fostering community, committed to bringing as good and diverse programs as we possibly humanly can. And to be doing this for over 30 years is simply astonishing. This group hasn't just survived, it has thrived, and it is such a privilege for me to be able to continue this amazing tradition. The vision that we have for the future is one of great diversity and hopefully fostering community and empathy and a mutual sense of our shared humanity through this wonderful classical music. This group has continued to grow, and I cannot wait to see all that is in store for us in the future years.
So, now as we listen to BCO's 2021 virtual performance of Elgar's Nimrod from the Enigma Variations, sit back and relax as we look back through a photo journey from 30 years of BCO.
My name is Larry Marquette, and I'm a bassoonist in the Buffalo Community Orchestra. I started this gig when orchestra started, way back when I was in 9th grade. And I wasn't particularly good, but I still got the opportunity to play in it, and being around those other great musicians, being encouraged by some fantastic conductors, and being presented with some outstanding orchestral music really instilled in me a love of music. It encouraged me to practice, to get better, to work with musicality, and really instilled in me a lifelong love for music and classical music. I didn't pursue music in college, but when I graduated, I came back to my hometown and immediately jumped back into BCO, and it became my Sunday night fixture for most of my adult life. It's there I have some great friends. I have the opportunity to participate in music with other people, which I think in high school and younger grades, people don't realize how valuable that is. You spend 6, 7, 8 years playing every day with people, and as an adult, those opportunities to do so dwindle so much. So I still get to do that, play great music, and not just for my own sake, but I get to bring others into it and have them enjoy it as well. My family, my friends see orchestral music that you normally don't. So for me, Community orchestra started a lifelong passion. It provides that same opportunity now, and it's just a great time to spend with some people around me.